Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I have an awesome strategy for you today, sent in by a good buddy of mine, Captain Bob, who I met on a cruise. So let's get right into it. So what Captain Bob does is he starts off with $1,000 bankroll. He bets $50 on 1 through 18 and 50 on even. Just trying to break even right through there. You have 18 ways to push, 11 ways to get whacked, and 9 ways to win a jackpot. Then what he does on his second strategy is he bets the dozens, okay? So, and he martingales these, all right? So he watches, if he's losing, then he raises these up just to offset it and to win some money. So let's get right into it. He has $150 bet. He usually plays for 30 to 40 minutes, gets some comps. That was a good hit right there, right? Get some comps, have a drink or two, rebet. He's at 150. What he was doing before is he was just betting the dozens and 25 and 20 and not having a $50 bet. Now he doesn't notice that these two just break even most time, right? But he'll win with the dozens, and that's what keeps them floating, right? Keeps them up there, gets the money coming in. And by just betting these two right here, you don't have to think too much. All you have to do is now if he follows these, he can remove these two bets right here and say, oh, I'm going to play the first 12 and the second 12, right? And he actually lost on that last one, right? Because it landed over here and he was not. So he would raise these up and then spin. And then always checking his bankroll. That's what he does very well. Checks his bankroll. That was beautiful move. It's a good thing we moved it over there. That was a jackpot right there. Checks his bank again. Now he's up 225. Now he would just go down to base, which is, remember, 50 and 50. And then these would go down to a quarter since he won his money back. So the other thing he does is he's satisfied. If he gets up X amount, he's going to walk away because he knows eventually it changes, right? Just like right there. We had a huge win and then it offset us a little bit. Now we're still saying the same right here. And if you look at the stats, we're still up. So he would not go up 50 on these, all right? He's smart. He just keeps it at base. He's going to win X amount of money and gets his points. So he'll play this for a while. Go maybe see how his wife's doing, play something else. He still won because he hit a jackpot down here. So, yep, I met him on a cruise and another buddy, and they got me started in roulette again a couple years ago. So, thankful to have met him and had some fun. Oh, that was the biggest whack right there. It's all right. Excuse me. So, he would reset. Reset is at 75. So he's still doing 15 here. What he says he does not do is he doesn't chase and the odds or the 19 to 36. He just keeps it simple, staying right there. What the only thing he does is he'll chase these right here. So last time it landed over here and we lost. Now he ups his bet. Okay. Yeah. So he put some time on the table, and that's another thing I want to explain to you. That's going to be a great hit because we got it over here. So another thing that I want to point out is another person was playing, okay? And they were playing at a double zero and they got good points. Man, I don't know. I played the same amount. I played two different tables. Kirk, one was single, one was double. When he played the single zero, he said he got like a third of the points. How come I only got 300 points playing in an hour, but the day before I got 900 playing on a double zero? And I said, I'll explain it to you. When you play a double zero, the house has a higher edge. So they'll give you more points because they're supposed to win more money over time, right? The second thing that was against him is when he's playing a single zero, guess what? When I'm on a cruise, I want to play single zero too. There's a lot of people that want to play the single zeros. So there was more people on the table. So he got less spins. Every time they move the marker and they mark the 17 or the 20, then they move the marker back. That's counting how many spins they get in an hour. And then there's a calculator in the machine that tells you how many comps you get accordingly. So not very many spins and a lower house edge that reduced his comps way down. So just so you guys know that. All right, so let's go off the last two spins. Okay, I want to make that very clear because a lot of people are like, why are my comps high? Why were they low? And I know sometimes like I was playing a double zero because the single zero was full, and I was getting crazy comps because I was by myself. And I'm betting, I don't know, maybe nobody want to join me or something, but I'm betting pretty big. But I just got spin after spin after spin after spin. And so yeah, I racked up a lot of points. And for me on roulette, I want to say I racked up 1,500 points in like a half an hour. When, okay, to put that in perspective, if you get 2,000 points, you get a cruise on some place like an interior room and like drinks inside the casino. I want to say like 3,000 points I know gets you an interior. So imagine me playing at that level for an hour. I would already have an interior room paid for. That's crazy, huh? So that's how many points I got playing on a double wheel with and playing by myself, getting lots of spins. Notice we're up 375 now. He would definitely reduce. Okay. And the other thing I want to mention to you as well, well, he wouldn't bet on this one, sorry. He'd bet right here, because remember, these are the last two that we're hitting, is he also said that, when the floor person comes by, he wants to make sure his bet's good at that time, right? And he takes care of his dealers, when he's winning. When the dealers rotated out, dealers rotate out, he would tip them, hey, thank you so much. Sandy and I do the same. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I don't bet for them as I'm playing, but I'll tip them on their way out, or if they're coming back again and I already had them. So, or sometimes, don't get me wrong, like after a big win too or something, I'll definitely tip them. But Sandy and I are usually generous. And then they help us too, because a lot of times the floor people are like, what's this person's average? And a lot of times they'll say, hey, they'll tell them an average that's normally pretty on your side, right? Like if I'm betting 200, they might even tell the person, hey, he's betting 300. He's betting good, so reward the person, right? Let's check our stats. Wow, we're up 450. So this doesn't happen all the time, but just cruising along, hitting in our spots, right? They're right here. Remember, these are the last 2 dozen that were hit, so he plays right there. Those are just tips, right? Be nice to those people, be nice to the dealers. The floor people see that. They're like, hey, that's nice. You're taking care of people. They'll reward you normally, all right? You're still just spending away, putting time on the table. And then if there is more people, just be patient. A lot of people are still learning the game. It's a fun game. Remember, we all started there, right? So just be patient with some people. Yeah, because when I was in Vegas recently, I saw people playing a variety of different ways. Variety. One of the favorites, though, was just grab a big chunk and place it all over the place, right? And I saw nobody like keeping track how much they're winning, how much they're down. They didn't have plans at all. And it's kind of crazy if you think about it. All right. Rebet, fire. We lost that last one. We took a big hit, but it's bankroll management, which he says too. He doesn't play for hours and hours. He'll play over, 4 or 5 day cruise. He puts lots of time on, but he doesn't sit down 5 hours straight and play. And he adjusts to the wheel. If he's getting smashed, he'll go to a different wheel. Now that one, last one got us, but we're still up 225. So he wouldn't raise his bets because he's still up. He's not going to try and chase to get a win. So he'd keep his bet as low as possible. It's a good thing that we are, because we took a couple hits on the last one. But yeah, it's adjusting to that wheel, adjusting to what it's giving you. Still hitting some losers. It's like, man, that was just horrible. So we're going to go right here this time. I think it's going to hit over here in this area. And I felt like raising my bets on that one. You watch. It's going to come in that area. Probably like 8, 14. Boom. I would have scooped all of them. Which, that is a good win. So I'm going to rebet. So yeah, he puts on some time and play roulette, and then he'll play a little bit of craps, and he consistently gets balconies and suites. Okay, so whatever he's doing right. up 325. And the last cruise he was on, he said he actually won 1,500 in one session. He was like, wow, I normally don't win that much, but the ball was just rolling in his favor. It does happen, right? All right. So even though it hit in our section, we lost the lower two bets, the 1 to 18 and the even. Still putting time in there, getting those spins, building up those points. That was a good one. So yeah, when I met him a couple years ago, him and another buddy were teaching me how to play roulette, and then I taught them how to play craps, and I won playing their roulette system that they showed me, and they won playing my craps, a strategy that I showed them. So it worked out awesome on the trip. Yep. So I'm not gonna go ahead and move that over there. It's good. I'll just let it play out. But yeah, see, this is just cruising on making some money. Yeah. Free bet and spend $150 average. He was just having a $50 average. He says, hey, I started throwing in those other two bets and made a big difference. I mean, instead of betting 50, he's betting 150. He's getting 3 times the points, right? Don't get me wrong. He can still lose 3 times as much because you're betting more. So be careful. Know what you can afford to lose, right? He sets his betting limit, and then he goes at the table, buys in from 1,000 to 1,500, and this is what he plays. And he just racks up those points. Plays for half an hour, 45 minutes, comes back later, plays again. Let's check our stats, up 350, right? So yeah, he tries a couple of systems, but he realizes that this is one of his favorite comp builders for good old Captain Bob, man. I appreciate you, Bob. Shout out, buddy. Can't wait to see you on another cruise. I think we're gonna try and go on Celebrity together. He's going on the Princess Sun in a couple of weeks. He's gonna enjoy that one. That's a great ship. All right, a couple more spins, except I'm gonna move that over. I'm gonna follow the ball right here. So yeah. So he goes on a variety of cruise lines, which I believe in too. I don't want to be loyal to just one. I want to go on whichever one's going to be where I want to go, and I want it to be a nice ship. So, all right, so let's check out the stats. Up $375. Average bet of 150. You could have raised it up after a while if you want. That's how he builds his comps, and that's how he won $1,500 on his last cruise and got a balcony easily. All right, everybody, this is Cruising and Craps. Hope you liked that one. If you have any strategies, send them to me, cruisingandcraps@gmail.com. Appreciate it. Have a good one, everybody.